Hello and welcome to Fort Green Hall once again. I said we would look around the house each week, but this week I thought we'd just have a look at a few objects from the period, and we'll be back to looking around the house again next week. The first thing I've got in front of me is quite a normal everyday object, but made out of a very strange material. This is a blackjack or a bombard. And it's a cup, it's a mug or a tankard or whatever you want to call it. It's actually made of leather. There we go. Two pieces of leather stitched together. You can see a piece at the bottom and one piece stretched round and stitched. They were actually stitched and filled. They were stitched while the leather was wet and filled with sand to keep its shape. Once the leather had dried, it went quite hard and it was stained black after that. The sand would be taken away, tipped out, and you'd have quite a rigid cup to drink from. Inside it's lined with pitch. Sometimes they used beeswax, and particularly in the Navy at the time, these were nicknamed boots, and it was probably where you get the phrase "fill your boots" from. I've never actually drunk out of one of these. I've drunk out of wood and horn tankards and pewter, but never one of these. I need to get. So that's that. The second object is quite topical for the times, and it's this. You can see our friend over in the corner. He's got one on as well. This is the Plague Doctor's mask, used through the medieval period all the way up to the 1660s and even beyond that into the 18th century, although 1665 was the last great big outbreak in England. It's made of leather, or it would have been made of leather. This is a cheap plastic copy from eBay if you want one. Originally made of leather, horn windows or glass or something like that. And the idea was, because in the 17th century people believed that disease travelled in bad smells, it could be laced into something horrible that you would smell. People believed that if you breathed those bad smells in, you would catch a disease. So this is why people carry pomanders and bunches of herbs and nosegays and things like that. They're trying to keep away the disease. So the Plague Doctor, he's got that beak stuffed with herbs and spices to try and keep him smelling nice smells and keep that bad air away. Miasmas they're called at the time. So that's that one. The third object is this rather splendid, very silly hat I've got on. This is called a thrum cap, and it's probably one of the lesser known hats from the period. It's favoured by sailors and explorers and people that generally work outside. It's wool, it's knitted, it's got lots and lots of loops knitted into it, and then it's washed in hot water, which is probably the thing you shouldn't do with wool. But it makes this lovely little texture, and it's actually quite waterproof, and it's very, very warm as well. I've had one of these made for myself for the winter, and it's very sweaty and it keeps you warm, as you can see. So thank you for having a listen and tuning in, and we'll be back next week with another room in the house. Thank you very much.